Hello and welcome to today's special report. In this broadcast, we bring you detailed coverage of the ongoing 2025 joint naval exercises between the Philippines and the United States. These large-scale drills are capturing global attention, raising both anticipation and debate about their significance for regional security and international relations. The exercises are taking place in key maritime zones, particularly in and around the South China Sea and Philippine coastal waters. According to official reports, the drills involve a wide range of advanced assets: aircraft carriers, destroyers, submarines, surveillance planes, and fighter jets. Thousands of personnel from both nations are actively engaged, making this one of the most extensive military collaborations in the region in recent years. Footage from the area shows striking images: massive U.S. Navy aircraft carriers moving in formation with Philippine naval vessels, fighter jets roaring overhead, and helicopters conducting tactical maneuvers. Sailors and Marines are practicing scenarios that range from humanitarian assistance to high-intensity combat simulations. The aim, officials say, is to enhance interoperability, strengthen defense readiness, and prepare both nations for potential maritime challenges. But the exercises are not just about training. They also carry symbolic weight. Analysts point out that every drill sends a message of deterrence to potential adversaries, a message of assurance to allies, and a message of commitment to maintaining freedom of navigation in contested waters. For the United States, these drills are a continuation of its long-standing defense partnership with the Philippines. Washington has reaffirmed its commitment under the Mutual Defense Treaty, stressing that any attack on Philippine forces in the Pacific would obligate a U.S. response. In this context, the 2025 exercises serve as a visible demonstration of that promise. For the Philippines, the benefits are equally important. The country has been working to modernize its armed forces, but its capabilities still rely heavily on foreign support. By participating in these drills, Philippine forces gain exposure to advanced U.S. technology, training in modern warfare tactics, and experience in coordinating large-scale naval operations. Officials in Manila say this cooperation is crucial for safeguarding the nation's sovereignty and for ensuring that its military remains ready to address future threats. At the same time, reactions across the region are mixed. Neighboring countries that share concerns about maritime disputes have largely welcomed the drills, viewing them as a stabilizing factor. Others, however, remain critical. China, in particular, has voiced strong opposition, labeling the exercises as provocative and unnecessary. Chinese statements argue that such maneuvers escalate tensions rather than ease them, and they call for dialogue instead of demonstrations of force. Observers note that this difference in perspective reflects the broader geopolitical competition in the Asia-Pacific. The South China Sea is one of the busiest maritime routes in the world, with trillions of dollars in trade passing through annually. Control over these waters has both economic and strategic importance. As a result, military exercises conducted here inevitably draw international scrutiny. Beyond the immediate drills, the exercises also highlight a broader trend: the strengthening of alliances. The United States is not only deepening ties with the Philippines but also expanding cooperation with Japan, South Korea, and Australia. Together, these partnerships form a network that shapes the balance of power in the region. Meanwhile, China continues to expand its naval presence and establish partnerships of its own. What is unfolding is not just a military event but part of a larger story of global influence and security competition. Despite the debates, officials emphasize that the drills remain defensive in nature. They are intended to prepare forces, deter aggression, and maintain peace. In fact, one of the stated objectives is to ensure that humanitarian and disaster response capabilities are integrated into the training. Exercises include scenarios such as providing relief during typhoons, securing supply chains, and responding to maritime emergencies, issues that are highly relevant for a country like the Philippines, which frequently faces natural disasters. Still, the optics of warships and fighter jets inevitably raise questions. Will such exercises reduce the chances of conflict by showing strength, or will they raise tensions further by fueling mistrust? That is the central debate surrounding these drills. For now, the exercises continue, and they are being closely monitored by governments, analysts, and the international community. The outcome will not be measured in immediate victories or losses, but in the long-term impact on regional stability and global diplomacy. As we report on these developments, it is important to remember that military exercises like these are not isolated events. They are connected to the broader landscape of international relations. Decisions made on the waves of the South China Sea ripple outward, influencing politics, trade, and security across continents. To summarize, the 2025 joint naval exercises between the Philippines and the United States demonstrate three key points. First, the enduring partnership between the two nations remains strong, visible, and active. Second, the exercises highlight the strategic importance of the South China Sea and the growing competition over its waters. And third, the drills underscore the ongoing debate between deterrence and provocation, between showing strength to maintain peace and risking heightened tensions in the process. This is a story still unfolding. The exercises are scheduled to continue over the coming weeks, with more maneuvers planned across both sea and air domains. Each new development will be watched carefully, not only in Manila and Washington, but also in Beijing, Tokyo, and beyond. As this story progresses, we will continue to provide you with balanced, factual, and up-to-date information. Our aim is not to sensationalize but to inform, so that you, the viewers, can understand the complexity of what is happening in this vital region of the world. That concludes our special coverage for now. Stay tuned for further updates, and don't forget to share your thoughts. Do you believe these exercises will strengthen peace and security, or do you think they risk increasing tension in the region? Your opinion matters, and we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you for watching, stay informed, and join us again as we continue to cover the stories that shape our world.